Good morning, hockey fans. Welcome to the Roseville Skating Arena here in Roseville, Minnesota for your Sunday morning OS Spring League action. It's your JWC White against JWC Black, Junior Whitecaps. Black versus White. Some of the best 2011s, 2010s, maybe a 2012 or two. Here in the metro area for a two-half running time scrimmage, as always here in the OS Spring League. Should be a good one. A lot of talented players on the ice. Netminders for the Black. Clara Milinkovic, the freshman phenom out of 1A Breck state champions, and then their other goalie, freshman phenom Piper Tam out of Class 2A state champion. Back-to-back, Piper Tam with 2 state championships as a freshman, so it will be tough in the net for the Black squad. Goals will be a premium for the White. In net for the White, Allie Callanan, number 34, taking her warm-up shots right now in net with the green helmet. The freshman out of Holy Family. And Lauren Nurnberg out of, shoot, I forgot which high school she goes to. Maybe Rogers. Looks like 10 skaters for the White. About the same for the Black squad. So short benches. Looks like basically both teams will be going every other shift. So we'll see what kind of stamina they have here on a Sunday morning, 9:35 local Central Time. Temperatures rising a little bit outside, even though it's still cloudy, overcast, and a bit drizzly, but in the mid-60s already this morning. A little bit of humidity out there, but chilly here in the ice rink, and we are about ready to get started. Warm-ups are over, pucks are coming in. Semi-packed arena down here. Jamie Mills. Hopefully the feed's up and running. Don't think I've ever been here at Roseville Ice Arena before. So not really that familiar with their Wi-Fi setup and how well it's working, but everything appears to be up and running. As always, feel free to text me if not. Thankfully, the Black squad wearing the Black visitor jerseys and the White wearing the White. That's going to make it a bit easier for me. Would have been a disaster otherwise, for me at least. Looks like starting off with the Black squad, I see Miss Audrey Nichols, number 12. Looks like she's playing center. Number 9, Carmen Benedict on the right. 22, Finley Caven on the left. And it looks like we've got, I'll get us our starting lineup here for the White momentarily, but we are off. Puck right in the zone, shot deflected. So I'm just checking out the rosters here. We had Ella Olson, Trying to figure out a couple. We have a couple of spares for the white team, so I'm trying to get set, see who's who, but we'll have to figure it out as we go. White going for a change after clearing the zone. Back into Nichols. Avery Wagner was handled by Callanan. We're just under 23 minutes of running time here. It's scoreless. It's like Nora Drops taking the face off. Quick shot by Wagner, misses outside the right post. Lamantia flips one up to the near side out into center ice. Jorgensen picks it up, gets it in. 54. Might be a spare. Zoe Noor. And there was Ella Olson with a wide shot. Back out to center ice. It's Nichols past the red. Enters on the left side. Centers one. Turned away by Maddie Mills. Freshman out of Woodbury. Coming the other way. Number 7 leaves a drop pass for Ella Olson. Chip back in. Cross ice, one-timer. Stopped by Callanan, a beauty. That was Finley Caven on the back door. On the net, Nichols fires one off the near side post. Picks up the loose change over the left circle. Fire saved. Loose change picked up again. And back out front, stolen. White squad can't clear the zone. Out front, picked up by Jenny, number 21, out ahead, looking for Wagner, but all the way through. They'll play on, no icing here in Spring League, or rare icing. Back out front, one-timer Callanan got back. Nora Drops alone right in front of the paint, and Callanan got back to the middle to stop it. Be right back, folks. All right, so confused. We've got number 7, Kelsenberg. Nichols gets one on the board for the Black squad. Yeah, apologies for all the confusion here, but I didn't realize some of the Black players are playing on the White squad today. On center ice, Lindholm up to Kelsenberg, tried to drop it back to Olson. Kelsenberg behind the goal line, surveying out front, trying to find the stick of Ellie Bailey. Defense making a play, breakout misses the mark, all the way in on net on Callanan. She'll leave it in the corner for Newman, number 60. Pressure immediately, she'll escape out of it and look for the breakout. We'll just chip it out of the zone. Finds Jorgensen center ice. Jorgensen off the left side. Lamantia picks it up. But coming back the other way, Jenia finding the stick of Wagner. Newman pinching on the near side boards. Gets back behind her to her defender, Solonic. Middle breakout, coming to find Zoe. I gotta figure out her last name, Zoe Noor. I don't know how to pronounce it. I believe she's an 8th grader. Rumors are headed to Hill Murray next year. So the reload after back-to-back state championships continues. Lindholm pressured by Caven in their near side corner. Caven comes away with it. Feeding the point. Shot gets knocked down in front. Kelsenberg out to center ice off the stick of Ellie Bailey. Near side, Benedict, freshman from Minnetonka. Nichols in the corner, taken away by Zoe Nur. Finding Kelsenberg. She's going to skate it in up the left-hand side, cuts back to the middle. Knocked away by JWC Black. They're on the move. Nichols rips a shot, looking for the upper left-hand corner. Off the shoulder, Paddock Callanan. Another nice save. Near side corner trip on Ingrid Newman. It's going to be a penalty shot for number 3, Stella Kramer, trying to make this one 2-0. No power plays here in Spring League. Every penalty is a penalty shot, and the 2010 freshman defender out of Centennial, Stella Kramer, will take the shot. She's on the move. Callanan comes out. Forehand and stoned. Rebound will clear the zone. And another whistle. Offside is the call. All right, I just realized that is Nurnberg in that starting. They both have green helmets, and I think that's what threw me off. So Nurnberg with the start. A beauty so far. And that one tipped away for a breakaway. It's Benedict. And that one finds the twine, upper left-hand corner from Benedict, makes it 2-0 on a breakaway. Picking up a loose puck. And back at it. Nichols, knocked away by Mills. Kelsenberg. Up ahead to Bailey. Centering shot was knocked away by Black. They will send it out to middle. Nichols over to Benedict, right-hand side. Kick, save, Nurnberg. Rebound shot up over the crossbar. Back out to the point. Bailey chips it out. LaMantia racing Finley Caven. They get there at the same time. And it'll be hung up against the boards. LaMantia comes away with it in the corner. Gets back to the point, Newman. Trying to find Zoe Nur. But bouncing puck goes past her skates, picks it up. Sends one in front. Rebound shot from the circle by Solonik was handled by Milinkovic in net. Let's see if I got the goalies right on that side. And that is number 1, Clara Milinkovic in net on that side. So at least I got one side right. Solonik tracking it down in her own zone. Newman looks like she's playing defense today, just based on numbers is my guess. We grabbed a couple forwards from the other squad, must have been short on defenders. She's got some history playing defense, so stepped up for the team. Wagner shot off the blocker of Nuremberg. Lamantia picking it up off the board, trying to get around. Out to middle. Wagner. Mills defending. Drops it back to Benedict. Pass to the middle, intercepted. There's Ellie Bailey skating it in, knocked away, coming back the other way. Nichols up the right-hand side. The lefty drops it for Benedict. Turns, and a nice feed out, back, give and go back to Nichols, but Nuremberg with the stop. That one hits traffic out in front. Goes to the far side corner. Woo, through the crease, backdoor Caven, couldn't get a handle on that one to tip it in. Nice pass. And that one fired by Caven up over the net. Back out to the point. Kramer shot off the chest pad. It's loose out front. The defense trying to bring it back in for a cover. Doesn't. It got tipped up onto the top of the net, and they'll just play on. Black maintaining possession. Nichols trying to feed one to the middle. Newman posting up in the corner. Mills working against Benedict down low. Nichols comes away with it. Will feed it back to the point. Back to Nichols' left circle, back behind the net. Plays it out front, and a goal. Avery Wagner out front of the blue paint. Knocks it in. Makes it 3-0. Black squad. Coming back out is Zoe Nur, Lamantia, and Jorgensen. Newman Solonic. Back at D for the white squad. Pass got past Lamantia on the boards. Can't find the handle, nor drops coming back in. Genia drops it back to the point. Shot off the chest pad. It's loose out front. Picked up by the white squad. It's Zoe Nur skating out. And cleared out by the black squad. Newman will pick it up. On the move, skating through the neutral zone, taking it wide left. On her own with a change for White. Trying to maintain possession and look for some help. And finally arrives, a slow change for the white squad. Fires one behind Milinkovic in the cage. Pinching up is Solonic. Trying to find somebody out front. Drop pass intercepted by Nichols. Mills holding at the blue line, sends it back in. Here comes Kelsenberg. Gets it in the Orange Theory Fitness corner. Back to Solonic. Fires a wrister right into the midsection of one Claire Milinkovic. Under 7.5 and counting here. It's been all black so far, 3-0. Olsen wins that draw back. Mills low shot off the stick of Milinkovic. Rebound by Olsen, stopped as well. Ooh. Bailey rips his shot just wide. Black able to clear it out to neutral. There's Caven cross ice, going to find the stick of Benedict, number 9. Looking backdoor, but too much mustard on that pass for Nichols to handle. Olsen up over the red line. White on a change. Here comes Kramer. Skates it in. Shot partially blocked. Zoe Nur skating it up and gets it into the zone. Back to Newman. Finding Nur. Back to Newman, stepping up. Cross ice. Jorgensen shot off a stick out front, loose. Solonic's shot was blocked up into the netting behind the cage. They'll play on. And fired out ahead. It's Wagner picking it up in the neutral zone. He's going to find Genia. She goes too high over the crossbar. Out to center, picked up by Black. That's Josie Nelson, number 6. Toe drag to her backhand. Backhand shot off the stick of Nurnberg into the near side corner. Newman chips it over to Solonic. Nichols gets a piece of it, holds it in. Caven knocked away by Lamantia. Gets possession back. And Jorgensen will ice that one out with under 5 minutes left. Kelsenberg drops it back to her defense. Mills will send it to Newman. 2 former Woodbury youth teammates. Newman now at Hill Murray. Whoa, big collision at the top of the left circle. Ella Olsen and number 3, Stella Kramer, they both get up, look like they're all right. And to finish my thought, Maddie Mills, freshman defender, 2 years of varsity in at Woodbury. Picked up Kelsenberg. She loses an edge. And the puck, Ellie Bailey. Black coming the other way, Benedict. Nichols fires it across ice. Three and a half left. Puck comes out and missed. Came out right to the stick of number 6, Nelson. Now Lydia Joseph, freshman out of Holy Family. Kelsenberg can't clear it, picked up by Nora Drops. Centennial player. Cross ice Nelson. Makes a nice move, top of the circle, low shot, misses left. Drops behind the net. Finds a stick of Wagner, couldn't connect on the shot, and that'll go off a stick, iced all the way down. So White can get a change with 2.5 left here in the first half. Kept in, it's Jorgensen from the left circle, fires, and looks like Nelson got a stick back on it to deflect that shot high. Ella Olsen now up the right-hand side. Fires one, scores! Ella Olsen with a snipe. Low blocker side on Milinkovic on the left side and gets the White squad on the board. 3-1 with just under 2 minutes left. Ella Olsen, the snipe. side corner. Jorgensen gets a piece of it to the stick of Olsen, tries to get her second of the shift. Milinkovic stops that one. We'll go to the far side, out to center. Lamantia comes back, trying to get a piece of it, does, but finds the stick of Nichols. She's up the left-hand side, escapes to find some room. Down low to number 4, Megan Packer. Kramer shot knocked down by Newman. Pad save and a rebound save. 2 of them there for Nürnberg. Kramer back across to the left. Packer shot, gets to the net. Save Nürnberg. Back to Kramer on the far half wall. Kramer gets it back off the blocker, Nürnberg. That one got through traffic and a glove save, Nürnberg, with about 15 and counting. That should about do it here for the first half, but a beauty of a first half for Nürnberg. Apologies for calling her Callanan to begin with. The green on both helmets definitely threw me off. And we will take a little breather here, be back in a moment. All right, folks, we are back here for the second half. I was chatting away, so I've got to get the scoreboard updated. Start period 2. 3-1 is the score. We've got 2 new goalies. Now we've got Allie Callanan in net. She's got the green on her helmet as well, but a white with the green. And Piper Tam in net. She's also got a green helmet for Hill Murray on the other end. Great first half by Lauren Nürnberg. Gave up the 3, but all on shots, nothing you can do on breakaways, 2-on-1s type scenarios. Made a bunch of great saves. Milinkovic didn't see a ton. On the other hand, they're not keeping track of shots on net, obviously, here in the spring league, but saved what she did see. Here comes Kelsenberg by herself on the change. Will head behind the net and sends it right into Nichols, and coming the other way for Black. That's Benedict. Gets boarded up Kelsenberg. And that shot gets to Callanan. Her first look, first save, rebound, kick save, a beauty there by Callanan as well on the rebound. Under 23 minutes here left in this one on a Sunday morning in Roseville of the Wi-Fi, and we're going to see how we are with cellular network here in the arena. Hopefully better. For the last 20 minutes of this one, still 3-1. Sorry, whatever you missed there. Nichols up ahead, 2-on-1. Benedict on the right, takes the shot. Rebound. Solonic got enough of it. It was open on that right side. Able to clear. And back out, Kelsenberg, number 7. Misses everybody. Callanan will come play it for Zoe Nuhr. She's on the move. Comes the backhand, gets to the front. Stoned by Tam. Potential teammates next year if the rumors are true. Newman now playing forward, Nuhr playing defense. And a whistle offside. It'll be Jorgensen taking the dot against. Hey, how are you?
Who's 54 for you?
Here comes Genia. Splitting the D. Finding drops on the left side. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Remains possession, and off the glove of Callanan. Loose out front, covered. Nice job, Callanan. Nichols and Olsen line up. One back to Kramer. Shot blocked. Behind the cage. Up around the far boards. Back to the left circle. Olsen chips it up. Kelsenberg circling. Comes back. Uses her D. Solonic sends it out to middle, but right to the stick of Caven and offside on the re-entry. Talking through with Benedict, saying, "What's up, girl? Get back on side." She said, "You got to wait for me." That is roughly how the conversation went. Solonic looking off the stick of Olsen, will head on into the black zone. Benedict. Kelsenberg comes away with it. Finding Milo Lindholm. Looking for Jorgensen. Passer comes out to center. Kramer entering. Spinning and shooting was Wagner. Wagner gets it knocked away. Jorgensen will scoop it up. Finds Newman on the boards. Couldn't find a passing lane. It's loose in the middle. Picked up Jenny over to the left to Wagner. Trying to get it back to Jenny, and Mills breaks it up. Back out front. Missed the mark. Finds the stick of Lamantia. She's on the move. Kramer. Off the board. Battling. Newman. Re-enters on the left. Tried to feed Lamantia up front, but broken up by Josie Nelson. She fires it up off the stick of Nichols. Mills will try to track it. Caven racing in behind her. Will play it over to Nur. The head tipped out by Ella Olsen. Kramer cross ice. Packer back to Kramer. Up ahead, Caven. Cross ice finds a stick of Nichols. Just an old stick of Nichols. There's Lamantia looking for Newman. Olsen spun around. Puck comes back to Caven. Enters. And Callanan sticks it out to the far half wall. Kramer. Her shot blocker save. Callanan. Nichols picks it up, drops it back behind the cage. Carmen Benedict. Rebound Caven. Still loose on the side of the cage. No whistle. Now you get one with 14-14 and counting left. It's still 3-1. No scoring here in the second half. 3 in the first by Black, and single goal Ella Olsen near the end of the first half for the White squad. Olsen will take the draw versus Nichols. Cross ice, Ellie Bailey. She's upended on the near side boards. Lindholm sends it back to the corner. Back out to the middle. Firing, scoring. Ellie Bailey on a nice feed. Missed to, I think it was Lindholm on the assist. And it's 3-2. Nice feed out front. Lindholm to Ellie Bailey, and she buries it glove side Piper Tam. 3-2 with 13 minutes left. Lydia Joseph up to Nora Drops. Knocked off, and here comes Wagner up the middle. Rips the shot up over the crossbar too high. Rebound off the post by Jenia, and then the loose puck on the side of net was jammed into Callanan for the save and cover. Olsen and Drop in the circle. One back for the White squad. Solonic over to Lindholm. Up the boards to Kelsenberg. She's stoned. Puck comes out by Olsen. Will trickle in. No icing. Nelson hounded. It's back over to Joseph on the near side. Back to Nelson. Finds the boards to Wagner. Chips up Jenny at a Drops. 2-on-2 entry. Drop pulls it back. Finding Jenny behind the net. Looking for Nora Drops. A kick save on the one-timer. Puck comes all the way out. It's Lamantia on the move. And she gets stopped by Packer right at the blue line. Jorgensen over to Zoe Nauer off the stick of Newman into the black zone. Lamantia on the forecheck. It gets over to Packer. Back up, breakout behind their streaking forward Benedict. Nora picks it up. Will come back over to Mills. Mills chips it up to Lamantia. Finds Newman. Newman drops it back Lamantia, but she is bumped right away by Caven. Coming back the other way, 2-on-2. Benedict drops it back to the middle. One-timer on the backside. Nichols saved, chest pad off Callanan. And that one gets into the logo of Callanan, and she covers that one up. Shot by Kramer. Be about 10.5 left in this one. Time of the next face-off here in the near side circle in the white zone. Been a good second half. Moore up to Lamantia. Finding Ella Olsen, enters. Rips a low shot. Lamantia was out front trying to get a rebound. Nice job held in. Olsen couldn't get a shot off. Kramer defending. Back down low. It's Bailey. Knocked away, comes out. Be chipped back in offside. Olsen still going after it, didn't realize it was offside. And they will blow it dead. Under 10 minutes left. Olsen and Jenia on the dot. Coming the other way. Wagner across looking for drops. Into the neutral zone. Wagner sends it in. Callanan will leave it in the corner for Nur. Kelsenberg picks it up. She's on the move. Newman on her left. Jorgensen behind. Drop for Jorgensen. Gets it in front, and it went off the goalie's pad and just outside the left post. Nice shot on net there by Jorgensen. Here's Lindholm. Out to Lamantia. She's going to bring it in. And bad pass to the wrong side of Jorgensen. Jorgensen out front, Lamantia. And save Piper Tam. Puck didn't get to her clean. You could tell it was kind of bouncing, and she didn't get a hard shot off, allowing Tam to get back over. And it remains 3-2. Newman controls off the draw. Caven able to clear it out to center. In front of the black bench. Held up. Lamantia Lindholm comes out to Newman. Lindholm now sends it up. Thought it went out of play for a second, but did not. Near side, it's Kramer up to Benedict, up to Nichols. Splits the defense, backhanded pass, Caven, and a good save by Lindholm as that puck was coming through the crease. Here's Lamantia, cutting back to the middle, but again, can't get by those big defenders for the black squad. Benedict rips one into the glove of Callanan. Oops. Just over 7 minutes left. A lot of friends out there on the ice. Many of these girls on both teams have played with and against each other for several years. Here comes Maddie Mills, finding a lane, rushes it up. Tipped away into the corner, but she gets it deep. Mills comes back to Nur, steps, fires. Shot off the chest pad of Tam. Rebound cleared and out coming for Jenia. Will skate it in on the right side. Tries to bring it back to the middle. Nur stops her. Jenia gets tripped up on the exchange. Fired by Nelson off the blocker of Callanan. Here's Kelsenberg trying to send it across. Fired in by Bailey. Drops on the move. Back out to Olsen. She'll skate it in. Shot left, partially blocked. Mantia sends it around the boards, but nobody home for the White squad. Solonic will try to pinch, but it comes out. Benedict wide right, puck protecting. Sends it through the crease. Comes all the way back to the point. Packer back to the half wall. Off the skate of Nichols, held in. And a knuckler of a shot goes off the chest pad of Callanan. Rebound goes high. Black controlling down low. Will come back out high to the point. Over to the right-hand side. Shot Kramer. Redirect attempt by Caven. Stoned by Callanan. And a blocker save. White can't get possession and clear this one. Can't give a team with this much talent that many chances. Benedict back to Packer. That one blocked by Newman. Newman picks up the loose one. Middle to Lamantia, 2-on-2. Tried to send it back up to Newman, but too much traffic. Wagner, backdoor, Jenia. Seen that one before, and it's 4-2. Nice feed across the crease. Wagner on the left side to Jenia on the back door. Tips it in. 4 minutes left. Drops on the half wall, bodied up Olsen. Puck comes out to Olsen, tips it up ahead. A little too far for Bailey, but will come out to center. And here's Jenia looking for her second of her shift. She'll get boarded up instead. Gets possession again. We'll come back out to the point. Low shot, Joseph. Pad save. Kelsenberg just flips it up to center. Trying to get a quick change. Benedict trying to escape Kelsenberg. Now hounded from behind by Newman. Oh, Benedict takes a tumble. So running into the back of that scrum. Puck comes out, it's Newman. Blocker save, Callanan. Nichols down low to Benedict. To the point, and the shot from Packer saved by Callanan. 148 and counting. A little cold in this arena, so I'm not going to be mad when this one ends and get the head on out. Packer sends it to the corner. Solonic battling behind the net. Newman helping. Looking for some space. And we'll skate it through. Lamantia in the near corner will come back to the point. Trying to get it back to Lamantia at the half wall. Tipped away. Noor steps up but finds the stick of Wagner. She's on the move. Mills pinching her off. And comes away with the puck. Back out. Oh, past the stick of Newman. It'll go in. 30 seconds left. White on a change. And ripped out Lamantia, knocked it down. The long pass, and it was loose right in the paint for a second, but Tam was able to get a mid on it before Lamantia could get a stick on it. And 16 seconds left. They're just pulled goalie with 3 seconds left. Spent too much time on that one. That'll do it. Loud buzzer right above my head. And that will do it from here at Roseville Ice Arena, home of the Roseville Raiders. 4-2 is the final. JWC Black over JWC White. A lot of these girls will be back on the ice later today. HP tryouts for these 15s in full effect. End of phase 2 today, so good luck to all the girls trying to advance to phase 3 and eventually to St. Olaf summer camp and then eventually to national camp. Good luck to them all. I got a feeling you'll see some of these girls